Hello children, in our previous class we have completed the chapter the nature of matter, under which we have dealt with about the classification of matter. Now today I am going to discuss about the exercise question answers which are given in the middle of the chapter and at the end of the chapter. So the questions which are given in the middle of the chapter, those questions you will be writing in your homework notebook, and the questions which are given at the end of the exercise lesson, then you have to write it in the classwork notebook. So already I had classified about the following on page number 43. Skill field was given where we have to classify the elements. We have to find out whether they are metal, non-metal, and metalloid or inert gases. So let us do it once again. First one, radon, it comes under inert gases. Calcium, it comes in metal. Bismuth, metalloid. Nitrogen, non-metal. Argon, inert gas. Xenon, inert gas. Oxygen, non-metal. Helium, inert gas. Carbon, non-metal. Hydrogen, if we talk about the hydrogen, the position of hydrogen is very dubious. It is kept as a first element of the long form of periodic table, though we class them into a non-metal gas. Antimony, it is metalloid. Arsenic, it is metalloid. Silver, metal. Germanium, metal. Platinum, metal. Gold, metal. So you can classify them as metal, metalloid, inert gas, and non-metal. So this completes your skill fill on page number 43. Now I'm going to talk about the skill fill given on page number 45. So with reference to the experiment of combination of iron and sulfur to form a compound iron sulfide, fill the empty spaces. Element attracted by magnet, you have to write in respect with the combination. When they are combined, we can say that iron gets attracted with the magnet, but sulfur does not get attracted. So sulfur is non-magnetic whereas iron is magnetic. Second question, element soluble in carbon disulfide. Here you can say that sulfur, which is yellow in color, is soluble in carbon disulfide solution. So what is the answer? Sulfur is soluble in carbon disulfide solution. Right. Third question, compound formed when iron and sulfur combine. So it results in the formation of iron sulfide. So answer is FeS. So third one, iron sulfide. Fourth question, color of sulfur, it is, as I showed you, it is yellow in color. Color of the compound form, it will be black color, blackish color, or you can say that black color solution is compound is formed when both of them are heated in a porcelain dish. Does the new compound gets attracted by magnet? No, the new compound is not getting attracted with the magnet because it is a new compound mixture of iron and sulfur, which has got a totally different property than the iron and sulfur. Okay, so same page 45 worksheets. So here they have asked give the symbols of the following. So symbol of iron is iron, we write Fe. So here if we talk about Fe, it has got two variable valency Fe, 2 we write in bracket and Fe3 in bracket. So for symbol you need to write this one, you need not have to worry about this because they are their variable oxidation states. So ferrous and ferrum, right? Ferrous, ferric. So ferrous is this one, ferric is Fe3, right? Then next element, sodium. You know that sodium already I have discussed it. It is Na. Next one, silver. Silver, Greek term Argentinum, obtained as Ag, right? Zinc, formula for this is Zn, capital Z, small n. Now, fill in the blanks with the appropriate word. A pure substance always have uniform composition. What is the answer for this? Uniform composition. So, or you can say uniform composition. Next is elements which emit harmful radiations are known as dash elements. They are known as radioactive elements. They are known as radioactive elements. Radioactive elements. Next, dash are electropositive elements. So answer for this one is first one is this, second, third one is metals are electropositive. Metals are electropositive element. Next question, fourth one, dash do not possess luster nor they produce any sound when beaten. So the answer is non-metal. Here fourth one, non-metal. Non-metals, they do not show any luster or neither they produce sound. Right. Gases which do not react are known as, when they are not reactive, we call them as inert gases. That is inert gases, non-reactive gases. So they are stable at the end. Now, question number third, classify the following properties given below. So, formation of a new substance, so what we will classify, whether they are compound, mixture. So here you are going to write, when we are talking about this classification of new substance is formed in case of compound. So here the answer first one is compound. Next, below this, separated by chemical means, in case of compound only they can be separated by chemical means. So you can say below this is same, compound only. You can write second one which cannot be separated. Then second row, separation by physical means. We can write about second row, first one, mixtures can be separated by physical means. Example of them, this can be, if you take a mixture of grains with a stone, you can hand pick the stone and remove it if they are in less quantity, or based on the size of the grains we can sieve them. So depending on them, because we can separate the with the physical means. Now, variable composition, this is also a mixture, because mixtures will have a variable composition. So mixture, this is also mixture. Now third row, first one, cannot be represented by formula. So what is the answer? Mixture cannot be represented by formula, whereas compounds can be represented. Contains one substance only, so you can say that it is compound. Second one, compound contains only one substance. So because in compounds they will lose their property, so they will form only one type of substance, right? So this completes your page number 46 exercise. 47, 48 just now we have discussed. First one water, second one carbon dioxide, third one oxygen, fourth one hydrogen gas, fifth one nitrogen gas. Now children, we'll come to the exercise worksheet on page number 50, right? So I'm going to discuss on page number 50. Okay, so worksheet on page number 50, we are going to talk about it. A dash is a particle with two or more atoms chemically joined together. So we can say that a dash is a particle. So what is that particle? A molecule is a particle. First answer is molecule is a particle which contains one or two atoms which are chemically joined together. A molecule of nitrogen contains dash atoms of nitrogen. It contains two atoms of nitrogen. Next one, a molecule of chlorine contains dash atoms of chlorine. Here the answer is same, two atoms. Next, a molecule of carbon dioxide contains dash atom. It contains two atoms, that is carbon 1, oxygen 2. Oxygen 2. So, oh, sorry, 2. So total you can say that it contains 3. Carbon dioxide contains 3 atoms. two atoms, two molecules, two atoms of oxygen and one atom of molecule. So answer is 3. Now, phosphorus and sulfur exist in dash state. They exist in a polyatomic state. Means they are containing more than one or two. So we can write them as polyatomic state. Means containing phosphorus is containing 4 atoms and sulfur is containing 8 atoms of sulfur. So we can say them they are the polyatomic. Now, next second question, write the information conveyed by the following symbols. So, for answering this question, it is if it is written O, it is one atom of oxygen, O2, one molecule of oxygen, O3, one molecule of ozone, 2O, two atoms of oxygen, 3O2, three molecules of oxygen. You can write down this. Then let us solve the third question. Give two examples of the following monoatomic element. So you can write down monoatomic element, all the inert gases like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So any two you can write down, they are monoatomic molecules. Diatomic elements you can write down hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, triatomic elements. Here you will be having triatomic molecules only O3. Okay, triatomic molecules. Then sometimes you may be having N3 molecules, right? Nitrogen 3 molecules. So triatomic molecules you can say oxygen, nitrogen you can write down. Molecules of same kind you can write down same here like this only hydrogen, nitrogen. So they are same kind. Molecules of different kind you can write down here H2O, CO2. So they are having different types of the molecules in them. Write true or false. Formula tells the number of atoms of each element present in a compound. It is true. It tells about the number of atoms present in each compound. Elements like nitrogen have molecules of different kind in them. False. Symbols in a short form is a short form to represent an element. Yes, you can write down. It is true. Ozone is a monoatomic element. It is triatomic element. So it is false. Carbon dioxide contains 3 atoms in a total. True. It is because one carbon and 2 oxygen. So total atom is 3. So it is true. Now let us talk about the objective questions which is given on page number 52. These questions you are supposed to write in your classwork. Right. Take the most appropriate answers. The smallest unit of matter is an atom, a molecule, an element, a compound. So the answer is an atom. Second question, elements found in the universe are hydrogen and helium. First, second one oxygen and sulfur. Third, carbon and nitrogen. D, hydrogen and carbon. The answer for this question is hydrogen and helium. So these were maximally found in the universe, hydrogen and helium. So third question, tin is a metal, B non-metal, C metalloid, D compound. So tin is a metal. Okay, so we can write down tin is as a metal. You can see the answers for these questions on page number 42, where you will get that tin is a metal and its Latin name is stannum. You can find out it is metal. Triatomic molecule among the following is, next question number 4, triatomic molecule, first one ozone, second one phosphorus, third one sulfur, fourth D is carbon. The answer for this is ozone. A is the answer for fourth question. Fifth question, formula of zinc sulfide. Here you will see that same thing is written Zn. First one is capital Z, capital N, capital S. So this is not the way of representing. Then we have got a Zn. Yes. So this is the correct answer. Third one is Z, capital N, capital small s. Fourth one small z, N, capital S. So this is answer. Second is the correct representation of formula of zinc sulfide. Zinc Zn, Z capital, N small, S capital. Symbol of calcium, Ca, Ca. So here the correct answer for calcium, capital C, small a, is a formula, that is symbol of calcium we can represent. Atoms combine to form element, mixture, compound or molecule. So when atoms they combine, they result in the formation of a molecule. Right. B. Fill in the blanks. Metals are dash of heat and electricity. They are good conductor of heat and electricity. Second one, non-metals are dash sonorous. You hear the answer is non-sonorous. Non-sonorous because they do not produce sound when they are heated. So you can say they are non. Silicon is a dash. Silicon is a metalloid which is used as a semiconductor. Here you can write that it is metalloid used as a semiconductor for the production of gates, NPN gates or PNP gates. Now, a dash contains two or more atoms combined chemically. What is containing two or more? Compound. A compound contains two or more elements. Compound, right? Here. Fifth one, formula of hydrogen sulfide is and carbon dioxide is. So hydrogen sulfide you can write down H2S and carbon dioxide CO2. So carbon dioxide CO2 and Zn H2S is hydrogen sulfide. Now C answer, write true or false for each statement. Rewrite the false statements correctly. So first one, gases which do not react and occur in isolated form are known as inert gases. It is true that they are non-reactive gases and they do not occur in a combination. So they will be found as a isolated. So the answer is true. Second question, properties of a compound are entirely different from those of its constituent element. It is also true. Formula of hydrogen sulfide S2S, it is also true. N2O2 are the molecules of same kind. Yes, they are the same types of molecule because the two nitrogen atoms they are combining and they are forming N2O2. S8 and P4 are polyatomic molecules. It is true. So most of the answers means almost all the answers are true only. Write true or false for each statement. Rewrite the false statement. Yeah, all are correct only. No need to write correct it. Right. Question number D. Find the odd one out giving reason. First is hydrogen sulfide, nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine. Here the answer is hydrogen sulfide. Rest all others are element, whereas hydrogen sulfide is a compound. S2S is a compound. Right. Second one, helium, neon, argon, oxygen, krypton. So if you see in this, I have written all the noble gases except oxygen, all are inert gases or noble gases. So we can say that oxygen is the odd one out. In first one, hydrogen sulfide is the odd one out. In second one, oxygen. Third one, sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, carbon. Here except carbon, all are metal. That is sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. Carbon is a non-metal. Right. Give the reason for the following. FeS is a compound whereas iron and sulfur are element. So iron sulfide, that is FeS, is obtained due to the combination of iron and sulfur. So iron, if we take it as an individual, it is an element. Sulfur, if it is in individual case, it is element. So iron and sulfur, if they are separated, means they are separately taken, then we can say them as a element. When they are combined together and heated together, they result in the formation of hydrogen sulfide, which is a mixture of iron and sulfurs. That's why we call them as a sulfur, as iron sulfide as a compound and iron and sulfur as a element. Oxygen is a diatomic, whereas ozone is a triatomic. Oxygen is a diatomic because it contains two atoms of oxygen, whereas ozone contains three atoms of oxygen, and that's why it is called as triatomic molecule. Next question number F. Metal. Define the following. First one metal, second one non-metal, third atom, fourth molecule, metalloid, compound, element, radioactive elements. So I'll be defining one by one. Metal. First one, metals are the electropositive substances which produce sound and has got a luster on it. Examples for metal is magnesium, sodium. Then non-metal definition is these are the electronegative elements which do not produce any sound, that is they are non-sonorous as well as they are non-lustrous. Examples for non-metals are oxygen, nitrogen. Right. Then we are coming to the third one, atom. The smallest part of a substance which cannot be divided. It was the belief that atom cannot be divided, but it can be divided into electron, proton and neutron. So you can say that the smallest particle of a element, that is atom. Fourth one, molecule. Molecules are the smallest particle, that is the particle with two or more atoms which are chemically joined together. They are called as molecules. So you can say molecules as a combination of two or more atoms which are chemically joined. So they are forming a molecule. Then metalloids. These are the elements which have the property of metal as well as non-metal. So they contain both the intermediate property of metal and non-metal. Compound, the substances which are formed by the combination of two or more elements in a fixed ratio are known as compounds. These compounds, they are having a completely different property than their respective elements. Okay, element we call it as a next property. Next one is elements. Elements are the substances which contain only one type of atoms. For example, we can say that sodium as an element, potassium as an element, magnesium as an element. So they contain only one type of atoms. Radioactive elements, the elements which radiate harmful radiations, they are termed as a radioactive elements. For example, here you will have a francium there which is having a radioactive tendency. Cesium, radioactive tendency it shows. Okay, now let us move to the answer the following question, that is G part. Define element and compound. Element and compound already we have defined. So you can write down from there. Iron and sulfur both are elements, whereas iron sulfide is a compound. Explain. Because iron and sulfur, iron has got the magnetic attraction property, whereas sulfur does not have. When these two are combined together, they result in the formation of iron sulfide, which has got a completely new property. That's why it is called as a compound. Differentiate between symbol and formula. Symbol is a short form representation of an element, whereas a formula represents the number of elements as well as the type of elements present in it, which formula gives better information than the symbols, right? What does the following symbol illustrate? 5O2. What is the meaning of this now? 5O2. When we write about the 5O2, just see 5O2, here I have written 3O2, it means 3 molecules of oxygen. If I write 5, it means 5 molecules of oxygen. If it is 3O, 3 atoms of oxygen. 2O3, so 2 molecules of ozone. S8, S8 means 8 elements of sulfur. Ni, 1 atom of nickel. N2, 1 molecule of nitrogen. So these are represented. Write down the formula of the following compounds. Next question, children. Write down the formula of the following compound: carbon dioxide. So CO2. Formula of carbon dioxide. Calcium oxide. Next one, CaO. Third one, water. Very simple. H2O. So these are the formulas of the compound. Write down the chemical names of the following compound. N2. Here, if I write like this, it is just a nitrogen molecule, or you can say nitrogen gas. Right? Nitrogen gas. Second one, carbon dioxide. CO2. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Next one, calcium oxide, CaO, calcium oxide, calcium oxide. Next one, water. So the names of the compounds here are as follows, you can write down. Then we have got give two examples. Question number 7, give two examples of each of the following metals. So we can write down metal as sodium, potassium. Right? Then non-metals, we can write down non-metals as oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, any non-metal you can take down from the book. Right? Then third one, metalloids you can write down metalloid, you can write down arsenic, bismuth, antimony, Sb, you can write down all these examples you can write down from the book by referring them whether they are metal, non-metal. Antimony, we can write down antimony as Sb as a metalloid. Next one, compounds. So any two compounds you can write down compounds as calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate. You can write down these are the compounds. Right? Elements. Next one is element. Any element you can take down. For example, if I take element as hydrogen, here I will write element, hydrogen, nitrogen. These are the elements. Right. Next one, radioactive elements, cesium and francium. So you can write down Cs and Fr, or you can just write down uranium. Here U, capital U, and francium. They are radioactive elements. Next one, natural element. Natural element up to 92. You can write down any elements. They can be. So you can write calcium, magnesium, natural. So they are occurring in nature in the combined state. So natural elements. Right. Next one, diatomic gases. So diatomic gases, your hydrogen, nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen. They are having two elements, two atoms. So they are diatomic. Polyatomic molecules. You can write down polyatomic molecules as a sulfur S8 and then phosphorus P4. They are the polyatomic molecules. Now, question number H. Give one word for the following. Short form to represent an atom is, we can say that it is a symbol. We are representing atom in a short form as a symbol. So answer for this is symbol. Elements composed of isolated atoms, then it is called as inert gases. When three or more atoms are joined together, then they are called as polyatomic molecule. Right. Question number 4 on 54 page number, two or more atoms join chemically to form a molecule. So when they are two or more atoms are joined chemically, they form a molecule. Fifth one, property by which metals can be beaten into sheets. Here the properties which tells that metals can be beaten into sheet is malleability. This is the property by which metals can be beaten into thin sheets. Substances which contain only one kind of atom, so they are called as monoatomic elements. Okay, or you can say elements which contain only one type. Elements which emit harmful radiations are known as radioactive elements. They are called as radioactive elements. Radioactive elements. Right, children? So, with this, we have completed the chapter, the nature of matter, and under which we have dealt with the classification of matter. So, next one, please help Sanjanam to complete the story. Now, here just fill in the blanks with an appropriate formula. Now, here you have to write down the formulas of the gases which it has been mentioned. So, Sanjam was walking on a road, he was inhaling fresh oxygen. So, here oxygen you will write O2, in the bracket you will write O2 from the suddenly a truck carrying iron oxide means FeO, okay, FeO, here you will write FeO, ferrous oxide or iron oxide, and calcium oxide CaO, calcium oxide and iron oxide FeO and CaO passed nearby. It released a mixture of carbon monoxide. So, carbon monoxide, capital, both carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, CO2, C a small O2, CO2, and it had suffocating odor. His face turned pale. He stopped to wash it with water, right? Water. When he went home, his mother was making a tea on a cooking range which used methane. Okay, CH4, methane, right? CH4 methane as the fuel. He drank tea and relaxed himself. So, children, homework for this session is that you have to complete your classwork and homework. Right. Thank you very much.